Hey everybody, welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Today I'm going to begin my 4-part series for the Powertec workbench attachments, and I'm going to begin with the leg extension leg curl. Stay tuned. Here is the leg extension leg curl attachment. Just to give you some perspective, the box isn't much bigger than a 45-pound plate, so that's a lot of awesomeness in a small box. And here's what it looks like with the top off. Everything looks to be in great condition. The instructions are only one page. Here is the leg extension leg curl put together. It really took me 4 minutes and a couple of seconds to put this together, so it's very easy. It basically comes assembled minus the roller pads. Here is a picture of my first Powertec leg extension leg curl attachment. I had this piece for well over 10 years, so I know it holds up well, and Powertec has made some improvements since this model. I'm always up for a good deal, and this leg extension leg curl is a really good deal. It sells for $189 with free shipping. So if we look at the two functions of the leg extension leg curl, basically you're paying $95 for each exercise. Let's take a field trip around this attachment. First off, there's a rubber stopper here, so when you're doing leg curls, it hits this piece. You have a rubber stopper down here, so when you're doing leg extensions, it hits the frame of the machine so you don't have metal on metal. And then you have a rubber stopper here for your plates, again, so you don't have metal on metal. Powertec made a huge upgrade when they added these new caps. Back in the day, these were the type of caps that were on the leg extension leg curl. And the biggest complaint that I saw for this attachment is that these would always pop off. Well, these you actually have to bolt on, which locks these into place. Also, because the rod that goes through here is now threaded, it's actually more stable because the old ones were actually a hollow pipe. I love the fact that Powertec now has a flat black for all of their equipment. When I had this leg extension leg curl attachment in the past, it was a glossy black. Also, you all know that I love a stainless steel weight horn like Powertec offers on this model. With the attachment out of the workbench, you can see the 3 different settings that you may need depending on your height or depending on the exercise you're doing. This piece slides into this tube, which has a plastic bushing. So right out of the box, it didn't slide in and out that easily, but over time, it is sliding in and out more easily. Also, William Austin, who's a great member on this channel, mentioned spraying silicone spray on those parts and maybe even then that part to make the piece slide in and out a little more easily. In my review for the workbench, I mentioned how this knob can be a little difficult to deal with because it automatically retracts back into the tube when you're trying to get the attachments in and out of the tube. However, as William Austin recommended, you can put a clothespin right there. Then you can slide your attachments in or out, and then when you're done, remove the clothespin, and then the knob can automatically retract back in. If we look in the tube, you can see where that knob sticks in the base. I think it's worth showing how easy or how hard it is to get the leg extension leg curl in and out of the workbench. As I mentioned in my review for the workbench as well as for the Smith machine, I've connected my workbench into the utility bench connector just for added stability. So for example, if I have a lot of weight and I'm doing a leg extension, I don't have to worry about the back of the bench popping up on me. The leg extension leg curl attachment comes with one collar, and these collars are just okay. They do have a little rubber cap on the inside so that when you tighten this against your weight horn, you don't have metal on metal, you have rubber on metal. And I've had a lot of these over the years, so many that I've actually had to throw quite a few away. They even came on the Smith machine, and unless a tornado comes and I'm lifting weights, I don't need collars on the Smith machine. But what I do like about these is they can serve as 1-pound weights. So I can put one of these on each side of a barbell if I'm not ready for a 2.5 on each side of the barbell. Let's start with the leg extension. So here you have the axis of rotation. This is where you want your knee lined up. And it's a smooth, consistent range of motion throughout. And of course, you can do one leg at a time. So what if you're really tall and your feet are hitting the ground, as I've heard a few people complain about? Well, you have the option to raise the seat. You also have the option to raise the leg extension up because there are 3 settings. Another option, if your feet are hitting the ground, would be to elevate the front feet on the bench. And you could do that with a 2x4 or a pre-cut stall mat. Now again, I have a little extra clearance. And yet another option for someone who's tall and who's having trouble getting their knees to line up with the axis of rotation is to take advantage of the bench's really unique feature in sliding backwards. So just by simply moving the seat back a notch, it has a better chance of fitting someone who's taller. So let's see what this leg extension can do and take this thing for a test drive. For me, I have the seat up one notch, the back pad is in the top position, the horizontal function of the machine is all the way forward, and the leg extension is in the middle position. Here we go, 50 pounds. Very smooth. Kicking it up to 75. That feels good and effective. Moving on up to 100 pounds. That feels smooth and effective, and most importantly, no knee pain. Now on up to 125 pounds. I really don't have any need to go heavier than 125 pounds because I like to keep my rep range when I'm doing leg extensions in the 12 to 20 zone. But 125 feels real good. And just in case you were wondering, you can fit 45-pound plates on here. And while the machine doesn't have a band feature, you can attach bands to the frame and then around the weight horn if you want to add bands to the movement. Now let's move on to the leg curl function of the machine. The back pad is in the decline position, the horizontal function of the machine is all the way forward, and the leg extension leg curl is in the highest hold. Moving on up to 50 pounds. And last up, because I don't want to pull a hammy, 75 pounds. It is really smooth and it feels really effective. Of course, you can do one leg at a time. When I'm doing leg curls, I do feel like I need to hold on or grab onto something, so I can grab onto the frame of the Smith machine, but it would be nice to have handles, but you can't expect that with a leg extension leg curl attachment. Next up, let's talk about this hook that's on the front of the workbench. If you just had the workbench and didn't have the leg extension leg curl, you may not know what that hook's for because it's not in the instruction manual, but the hook is actually there to latch onto a little piece that comes off of the leg extension leg curl. By having the hook over that, it locks the leg extension leg curl into place. That way, you can get behind the roller pads and do ab exercises. You can also engage that hook if you want to lock your legs over the roller pads and do decline presses. Next up, I want to show you a seated calf raise hack, and this is really only for those people who are really fiending for a seated calf raise. It doesn't allow you to get a full range of motion for the stretch, but the top portion of the contraction is pretty decent. You have to load this thing up heavy, over 200 pounds probably for most people, which exceeds the weight capacity of the machine anyway. So truth be told, this probably isn't that great of a hack, and I don't even know why I'm showing you. You really can't do a standing one leg curl because the roller pad will pop you in the back. If I really wanted to, I could take these roller pads off and give it a try, but I'm not really that worried about it. I can't think of many ways that Powertec could improve this leg extension leg curl attachment because Powertec's already taken care of the issues, including reinforcing these tubes so now they won't bend. Secondly, these end caps are bolted on so now they won't pop off. This is a $189 piece with free shipping, so you're getting 2 exercises for $189. It has a max weight capacity of 200 pounds. Without any weight on there, the starting weight is 5 pounds. It weighs about 25 pounds, so it's really easy to transport. For all of those reasons, it gets my full recommendation because it's one of the best deals in town. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this review helpful. Also, I'll have the next video in this series out within the next week or two, so make sure you hit that notification bell. Also, you can find me on Instagram under Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Take care.